prep work that needs to go into this is making sure you have your oven set to 300 degrees, making sure you have gloves for when the hot cookies come out of the oven, and making sure that you have your fortunes prepared to go inside the fortune cookie. Here are the necessary ingredients for this. First, we have eggs that we're going to end up cracking and making sure we get the yolk out of, and just using the egg whites. Then we have our flour mixture, which is basically going to be a half a cup of all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoons of cornstarch, and a 1/4 tablespoon of salt, and a half a cup of granulated sugar. The important part about this step is making sure that each of the items are sifted. Now I know not many people have a sifter in their house to be able to do this. These ones are already pre-sifted for the time. This is the sugar. It's going to go into the flour mixture as well as the cornstarch, and then we have the sifter. So you just pour the cornstarch in and squeeze the handle, and it's really as simple as that. There's nothing more to it. And the salt hasn't been sifted. It's just used to make the ingredients a little bit thinner, which helps in the mixing process. So now that that's all done, we're going to add a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and almond extract. I've already mixed these two together to the egg mixture, and 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil that will go into the mixture as well. Now with this, we need to just beat it until it's a little bit frothy. It doesn't take very much time to do. And then we're going to add that to the flour mixture in just a second. That's a little bit frothy. Also to the flour mixture comes 3 tablespoons of water. So when we add this in here, you're going to start to get a pretty liquid material here. It's like unlike cookie dough batter, which is pretty thick, and you can just, you know, ball it up and put it on a sheet. It's not like that whatsoever. It's pretty liquidy. Okay, hang on one second. We're mixing it together. Now once it's all mixed, you're going to need to have a greased cookie sheet. In the greased cookie sheet is going to be what goes on it into the oven. The oven is set at 300 degrees, and you're just going to put a teaspoonful on the greased cookie sheet. It really spreads out quite a bit. When it comes out of the oven, it kind of resembles a little bit of a flat pancake. And it's in somewhat of a circular form. Most of the time it's not very circular, more oval looking. But you just glob 2 on there. Now you can be adventurous and try more than 2, but it doesn't really work out because you have to move quickly when they come out of the oven. If you don't move quickly, they dry up fairly fast, so you can't spatula them off. But the next you'll see is when they're going out of the oven. These are going in at 300 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how quickly your oven cooks. And the edges, you'll see, are going to be a little bit brown and a little bit crispy. Okay, now we're at the point where you have to move quickly. Once you get the fortune cookies out of the oven, you'll see that they look like small pancakes. Take them off with a spatula, flip them over in your hand, and add a fortune to it. When you're folding it, you're going to fold it all over, crimp the edges, and then put it over a cup, which looks like a small fortune cookie. You're supposed to use muffin pans, but I live in a house with all guys, so we don't have muffin pans to keep the shape. So we just used mugs, and it seemed to work just as fine. Again, with the next one, you're going to do the same thing. Make sure you crimp the edges, put it over a rimmed cup or bowl or anything that has a rim, and you'll be all set. The finished product dries and looks something like that, and then inside is the fortune, so you'll be able to break it open and see what your fortune is for the day.